If one spouse disagrees with the demands or requests regarding custody, assets, or support, what are the next steps in a contested divorce?
If the parties attempt to negotiate an out-of-court settlement agreement and there's just a fundamental divide between the two positions and there's no middle ground that can be negotiated, then the next step is to file that request for judicial intervention. Again, that's just a long way of saying, I want a judge assigned to the case. Once a judge gets assigned to the case, then the court will schedule a preliminary conference and then go through the preliminary conference order with the parties and the attorneys. Right now, those conferences are largely being conducted virtually due to the pandemic. Eventually, the courts are going to go back to in-person proceedings. In Westchester and a few other courts, your initial preliminary conference is conducted before a referee. Within most New York City courts, the preliminary conference is conducted by the judge's court attorney, which is kind of similar to a referee. The parties may see the judge at the preliminary conference, but most often those preliminary conferences are conducted either by the referee or the court attorney. And among other things, you're going to discuss things like what financial documents and information are exchanged and set up a schedule for that exchange. You're going to discuss whether any interim orders need to be entered either on custody, visitation, child support, maintenance, etc. And then you're also going to discuss what issues are actually being contested. So the court is going to try to narrow the issues for the parties and the attorneys to determine what disclosure actually needs to be had, if custody or visitation is an issue, whether they need to order a forensic psychological evaluation of the parties or a home study, and or getting an attorney for the child or children assigned to the case.